Hey guys, Chris from The Ultimate Recycler. Welcome back to the channel, and for those who have just joined recently, welcome to the channel. I'm primarily a second-hand dealer. I have been for over 20 years. I buy and sell. I've made a good living doing it. We often clean out complete deceased estates and sheds, and we specialise in dealing with everything with absolutely minimal going to the tip. In fact, I've been quite proud of the fact that over 20 years of cleaning out house lots and sheds, I only did a couple of trailer loads of rubbish to the tip when I had to clean up my shop next door. So generally, I don't need to go out there. Generally, I can recycle, repurpose, give away, and sell for a profit, just about everything. Now, those of you who've been following my channel know that I shouldn't be buying anything new at the moment. I'm trying to clean out all my storage sheds. I have that much stuff that it's going to last me for years. However, yesterday morning, Kristen and I went to some garage sales, just because it's fun and we like to. Hey, don't shoot me. I'll show you what I got and I'll price it out for you to show you what profits I reckon I can make. Garage sales are kind of good in that we can pick and choose. Sometimes you can get some absolute bargains. Yesterday turned out to be a little disappointing, but really good at the same time, and I'll explain that as we go along. I'll show you what I got, and I'll tell you what I spent on it, and we'll do a list at the end and see what sort of profits I'm going to make. Okay, let's run through this lot. We bought a bit of cooking stuff, a few tools, some things I can make some good profits on. I'll show you what I got and what I paid. I got some heavy cast iron cookware. Now, it's enamelled, they're very heavy, they are definitely cast iron, and some of the cast iron cookware can be worth a lot of money depending on the brand. This one is Crofton, which I believe is an Aldi brand, and it's quite new. I think you could possibly even still buy it new, I'm not sure on that. But for $5, in good clean condition, I haven't even wiped it out yet. I couldn't go past that. We do sell a lot of kitchen stuff in our shop, and we're not really just an antique shop, we're an everything shop. If I put $20 on this, I reckon it'll walk out the door the same day. So I'm turning 5 into 20. Now I spent $50 at this first sale. And another one, same brand, Crofton, a good heavy cast iron fry pan. Look, it could even sell to a camper. I'll turn 5 into 20 again. So they were the two cookware items. And then speaking of campers, they love these Jaffle irons. Now this is a pretty modern one. It's a little rusty, but it still works okay. It's probably not a very expensive one, but I'll probably still get $20 for it. I only paid 5 again. So I'm 4 timesing my money. Jaffle irons are really popular. Some of the double ones, you can even get triple ones. They can be cast iron or cast aluminium. Some of the earlier ones can get, pretty good money. But I'd be happy with $20 for this. I'd even take 15. So that was worth picking up. Now at that same sale, I did pick up a glass vase, and we'll see if we can get a bit of a closer shot of this. It's got some painting on it, some enamelled paint of some floral decoration there. It's possibly, look, it looked a little Victorian to me, but I don't think it's that old. And on inspection of the base, there is no wear to the contact points, or there's a little bit, but there's not substantial. If this was Victorian, there would be a lot of wear there. I would think it's probably 1960s. It's got that sort of 60s look to it. It's certainly not modern, and I'm not sure. I would imagine that painting has been probably done by someone after the vase has been purchased, but it's a nice vase. It was only $2. I think I'd probably put 15 on that. And as you can see by my hand size, it's not huge, but it's a good heavy one, solid glass on the sides. Yeah, we'll go 15 on that one. Now this is a cool piece. Let's give you a closer look at this. This guy was in the $2 pile as well. He's undamaged. It actually says Sweet Adeline. I gather it's like a caricature of a baritone or barbershop singer. And I thought it may have been Japanese, but the glaze doesn't quite look Japanese. It may be European. There's no marks on it. But it definitely fits in that kitsch 1960s era. And it actually is an ashtray. And if you sit your cigarette in his mouth, there's quite a flat area to balance your cigarette. The smoke comes out his ears. So just a novelty item, but this kitsch stuff sells very well. I did check eBay on this, and there was quite a few. In fact, I think some of them called, I think they were German pottery, but there's no marks on this, as I said. But some were making $50 and $60. Some were selling a bit cheaper than that. I'm probably just going to put $30 on this at the shop. He'll sell pretty quickly, and he was only a $2 purchase. So yeah, always grab those sort of things. Now the other things I grabbed at this sale, these were in the $2 row again. Is a little cash tin. Now this comes with a padlock, and it's a Yale padlock with a key. So that's worth more than $2 on its own. And I suspect that someone has lost the key to the box, and they've pop riveted a little swing over latch here so that you can actually padlock it. So whether I sell the padlock with it, I don't think I will. I might put $10 on the padlock. I think a Yale padlock should get $10. We might just go $5 on the box then, because it's been modified and because it doesn't have a key. So $15 return from $2. And the other one is another cash tin, although it's probably more correctly known as a deed box. It's an older, much older piece. It's in very good condition, although they often had a tray in there. This one's missing the tray. It does have the original keys, and I tried the lock before, and it does work. So I reckon that will pull. Oh, it looks like the hinges have been resoldered, but that's neither here nor there. It's in good condition, really, for something that's probably 1950s, maybe even a little earlier, looking at the keys. Could be 1930s. I reckon I'd put maybe $25 on that, and again, that was just a $2 purchase. So a good score, that one. And the last thing I bought at this garage sale was some tools, and I'm not selling these, I'm keeping these. They're actually a hole saw set. Now, it's marketed as a bimetal hole saw kit, and the company is REI Tools, an Australian website. I did try the website, and it no longer responds. I googled the company name and couldn't find many details about it. I did find a similar hole saw set from the same company that had a retail price of over $300. So I don't know if that was actually correct. It wasn't the same part number, but it was close. But it looks like a quality set. It's got a decent boss here for mounting them in. It doesn't look like a cheap set at all. And most of these have never ever been used. Still brand new. One size here has got a couple of teeth broken, so clearly that was the one he bought it for. Oh no, it wasn't that one. This one. So it's definitely been used. However, if it's worth a few hundred or even $100 to buy new, and I paid $20, that's going to be quite handy at home. I probably wouldn't have bought this to resell it. If I had a good set at home, I might have just left it there, put it in the shop. Maybe I'd get 50, I don't know. But I'd happily spend 20 for that to go into my workshop. So there we go. We spent $40 at this first sale and got all that stuff. I'll do a list shortly. And we called in another sale on the way home, and I spent $10. Now, I bought these two reproduction Weet-Bix tins. They're not very old. They're probably 1990s, maybe early 2000s. They do have a barcode. But they're pretty popular sellers. They really look nice in a kitchen if you're trying to go for that vintage look, even though they're not old themselves. This one was $1. This one was $2. I'll get $10 each without a problem. Good return on those. And speaking of tins, I lashed out on this Castrol drum, and I spent $5 on this. It is in litres. It would be much better value if it was an earlier drum in gallons, but it's probably fairly modern. It's probably only 20 odd years old, but the fuel branding and oil branding in the shop will go well. Cost me $5, I'll get 20 for that, and it'll look good in the blokes part of the shop. And the last thing I bought at this sale was a Seppelt's Great Western, I guess you'd call it it's a jug. It's not really a wine carafe, it's a wine jug, I suppose. Seppelt's are a really well-known wine, or with wine connections. It's made by Alicia Pottery, which is Australian. This would be 1960s. Still got an original sticker on it. Great Western is a town in Western Victoria, famous for its vineyards. So it's a nice retro 60s piece. That cost me $2. I think I'd probably go 15 on that. And let's go for a little walk around the shop looking for what Christine bought, because we do buy our items separately. We run two separate businesses in this shop. Now, you can have a really quick browse of the shop while I'm looking, actually. She picked up a couple of glass vases. There's one there, that nice big square vase. It has got some chips to it. I think she paid $2 for that one, and she's probably put, I think, 15 or 20. It's only got a chip on the base, and it's a 1930s depression glass vase, quite large. She got another glass vase too, which I can see further up there. Hang on, we'll try and get a better view. Now, she did get some jewellery, and I mentioned before, as we go for a stroll, I mentioned that it was a little bit disappointing, and yet it was really good at the same time. Now, it was disappointing in that there was 2 garage sales. Whoops, I'll go back here. There was 2 garage sales in a town about 15 minutes from here. Here's some of the things Christine got. I think she got some cufflinks. And anyway, we had to pick which one to go to first because they both started at 8 o'clock. And she got some brooches. I don't know where she's put them. So we went to the one that read the best, and I should have known better. We went to the one that said old tools, audio equipment. There's a brooch she got, marcasite brooch, and there's another one. I think that was it. So she did quite well with the jewellery, but I'll show you a big surprise in a minute. Anyway, we picked the one that sounded the best, and as it always turns out, it was overpriced and there was nothing special there. Whereas the one that just said garage sale and a certain address, we got there late. We were about 20 minutes late. We passed 3 people carrying big boxes of stuff out as we got there. And that's where I spent my $40. So I got some good stuff even though people had been there before. Now that big, hang on, I'll zoom in here. That large glass etched vase was another one that Christine got. I think she put about $20 on that too. So, yes, we missed out on God knows what. Sometimes it's disappointing to see people walk out with stuff as you're getting there, but we still did all right. However, with the jewellery that Christine bought, and I think she paid $15 for a little box lot of jewellery, 9-carat gold necklace, 9-carat gold early cufflinks. Gold value on that lot is, I weighed it out, I think it's over $300 in scrap gold. So we did really well considering we were late, and we still made the trip well worthwhile with all the other things we got. And let's zoom down into the notepad and see our profits. There's the bottom line, $200 return on the stuff I've priced, plus I've got the whole saw set to keep. You'll notice this doesn't quite add up how I discussed. The lady at the first sale, the first sale where we spent $40, gave me a $3 discount. So I basically spent $53. I spent $50 all up as mentioned. So great return, and I get to keep some, I think, quality tools. I probably won't know until I actually go to use them, but they certainly look pretty good. And it only took us probably 3/4 of an hour before we opened the shop this morning. So we enjoy the garage sales because it's that whole treasure hunt thing. I know I shouldn't be buying more with everything I've got, but hey, I might find a rare bottle, and I'm still kind of a bottle collector, so that lure drags me out. Plus, it's always nice to find gold. So I don't know what Christine's figures totaled up to, but I think she spent similar money, and I think she got a bit better return than my $200, plus she's got that gold. So the assorted jewellery lots usually work well. So this is my business. As I said at the start, I'm a professional secondhand dealer. Christine is as well. We run separate businesses, but we go fossicking together. And this provides our living. So whilst a lot of my dealing and a lot of what I show you on my channel is all about reclaiming stuff from going to landfill and fixing things, and I like to price out treasures, and as I've done here to show you guys where some value is, we do sometimes buy purely good stuff that was never going to be thrown out anyway and make a profit retailing it through the shop, because that's what we do. So we can't survive just totally on salvaged e-waste or junk that people were going to throw out, but that makes a big part of my business, and that's probably the most satisfying. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I've contemplated taking a camera to garage sales before, but it's just a little awkward, especially with the rush to get there early. Plus there's the privacy issues. Do you go in first and ask the people if they mind if you film or not? And then you've got to set up your mic and everything. Meantime, other people are ducking out with the good gear. So I don't know if I'll get around to filming. Maybe I need a GoPro on my head or something. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.